Hello, my fellow Letting Go Challenge peoples. My name is Lois, and today is part 3 of the Letting Go Challenge. Today, let's discuss letting go of our thoughts. And what I mean by that is the thoughts that tend to be in our subconscious. Did you know, this is a very fascinating fact that I just learned recently. Our subconscious, it doesn't know the difference between truth, reality, and lies. And so basically, it's just a big recorder like a computer. And it records everything that we've ever experienced in our life from day one. And, when you think back about the things that you experienced as a child, you filtered them and you processed them as a child would think instead of how you would think if you had experienced those as an adult. So here's one way that letting go can truly help us when it comes to the aspect of our thoughts. Our thoughts, they lead to our mindset, they lead to our perspective of things, which lead then to our actions, which lead to our emotions. I mean, all of those things are interconnected. So here's how letting go of thoughts can set you free to live that life that you've always imagined. That your fifth grade self said, "Ooh, I want to be an astronaut," or whatever it might have been. In my case, I think I wanted to be a veterinarian at one time. So here's the thing. I recently heard a talk from a man who talked about, it was a podcast, and he said, with our minds, the way we approach life, we can look at it two different ways. We can either approach it with a victim mindset or an owner mindset. So the question is, when something happens in your orbit, in your day, do you think of it as a victim would, or do you think of it as an owner would? A victim is, this happened to me. This person did this to me. This horrible experience happened to me. An owner is, wow, this experience is something that is part of my life. What benefit can I dig out of this and learn from and get stronger and better? And how can I take it and own my responsibility within that? What were my thoughts and my actions and or inactions that I need to address within myself? That's the difference between the victim mentality and the owner mentality. And it wasn't until I started stepping up and thinking like an owner of my life instead of a victim that things started to change for me. And I started to experience more joy. I started to push past my fears to do those things I've always been fascinated by but was afraid to do, such as learning how to backpack. And I can't think of anything else at the moment. But the point being is that can change your whole mindset. So the takeaway for today is I've included a link below for another free downloadable PDF where you can journal and do your soul work and ask those questions of yourself. Do you think like a victim or do you think like an owner? And if it's the former, what can you do? What action steps can you take so that you can turn your life around? Because really, you are the owner of your life. And when you start taking 100% responsibility for your life, things will change for you. So that was part 3 of the 5-part letting go challenge. And I'm Lois, and I will see you in the group.